We are so excited for you to be here with us for our Global Entrepreneurship Week. We are doing a fantastic forum tonight with some top PeriGirl entrepreneurs. These are ladies that are very successful in their own expertise in their business. They're going to be sharing tips and strategies how to begin and grow an online business. In just a moment, I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. But right now, let's take a look at what exactly is global entrepreneurship. It is a movement that began in 2007, a way to increase awareness of the benefits of having entrepreneurship, of starting your own businesses. This is something that has grown tremendously, and right now we have, let me see if I can find my note really quick, 157 countries around the globe that are participating in this during this week. And we have over 8 million participants. And this is just a small glimmer of what you will see. And I'm so excited to be able to be here with you tonight. If you just jumped on, my name is Teresa, part of the PeriGirl Leadership Team. You can find me at Wandering Thistle. We are demonstrating and sharing our information about global entrepreneurship. And here is our guest. Now, we have the esteemed guests. We have Benicia Ponder, we have Gina Hansen, Heather Weber, Julie Jordan Scott, Michelle Hayward, Maureen Messersmith, otherwise known as Coach Mo. We have Lady CC Caldwell Miller. And we have Michelle Hayward. Did I get everyone, ladies? Did I miss anyone? Because there is a lot of you here, and I'm so excited for you to be here. Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm going to let you just take a moment. Benicia, if you would just begin and introduce yourself, and we'll just go down the line. If everyone just let people know who you are and what you specialize in.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Benicia. I am the Christian business mentor and a founder of Prosper in Your Purpose.biz. And what I specialize in is helping purpose-driven entrepreneurs to make a more powerful impact and a more abundant income using their God-given gifts. So I focus on 3 things, which is clarity, confidence, and cash flow. So all about really helping you to share your message with the world as you experience spiritual and financial freedom. So you can find out more about me at prosperinyourpurpose.biz.
Thank you, Benicia. Gina, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Aloha. I'm Gina. I live here in Hawaii. I'm a flight attendant, and also I have my own business in healthcare, and I help people with real live food with green superfoods, and that's what I do. And I've been in the business for 3 years, and my journey has been great. It's been because of personal development and learning more about myself and my abilities and my goals. And I just love helping other people do the same, find their purpose and live their dream.
Thank you, Gina. Miss Heather Weber, would you introduce yourself? Heather, can you hear me?
Yes, I am Heather Weber. I have 2 businesses, one that I just started up this year, which is, yes, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, I don't know, I feel like I just messed up. So, I have one business which is the Veteran Crusader Mission, which is where I help our veterans to get the benefits that they have rightly earned, that most likely they are being told that they are not eligible for, and that I do free of charge. The other I started over 3 years ago. I already had my 3rd-year anniversary, and that is Cupcakes Confidential. It is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3, and I started that so that I would be able to help other veterans pay their electric bill, get to the hospital if needed, whatever it is that they needed. I just wanted to be able to give back to my fellow veteran.
Thank you. Julie Jordan Scott, would you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, everybody. I am Julie Jordan Scott. Is my video working? Oop.
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Oops. There we go. I'm Julie Jordan Scott. I am a creative life coach, and my work is inspiring artistic rebirth in others like you, because the world is waiting for your words. So what I do is I created something called the 5 for 5 brain dump. That's kind of my signature thing right now. And it really helps people to unblock any kind of writing blocks they have. It's really important because content is king and queen and everything in between. So if you have a message to get out, or if you have your voice to develop, that's what I'm all about. So I'm thrilled to be here to share with y'all today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. Kristen Robinson, you're up next.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Weird. Okay. Hey, everyone. So I'm Kristen Robinson, known as the social media head coach of KR Design. I help online entrepreneurs target their ideal client using Facebook ads. So helping a lot of entrepreneurs basically get the traffic part, right? Because you can't really make sales unless you get traffic. So I help them generate traffic using Facebook ads. That's what I do.
Thank you, Kristen. Lady Cece, you're next.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I am Lady Cece, and what I do, I'm a holistic wellness practitioner and a travel agent. So I help you integrate your life. I help you see this amazing world for less. And also, I help you step up to be your authentic self with intention and on purpose.
Coach Mo, you're next.
Hello, I am Maureen Messersmith, but everybody knows me as Coach Mo all over social media. I am a health and wellness coach. During the day, I work in the mortgage industry, and at night and weekends, I'm passionate about helping women over 40 feel like themselves again. And I love being a motivator and encourager for everyone, and just like being a big cheerleader and support you.
Thank you, Coach Mo. Michelle Hayward, would you tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Michelle Hayward, and by day I'm a construction engineer. By night, I'm a strategic business coach, helping my fellow engineers become entrepreneurs. One thing about engineers, we aren't presented the option to be entrepreneurs. So I show engineers another way to further their career and build a business, which in turn helps retain more women and minorities in engineering, because a large portion leave the industry. And I'm trying to find a way to get them to stay, and entrepreneurship is truly one of those methods.
Awesome. Absolutely love that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those are our viewing and replay viewers. You have seen our esteemed paneled guests, their introductions. I'm going to be asking them a few questions, and let's see what happens here. I hope you will have your pen and pencil ready, because they are going to be giving you their tips and strategies. Ms. Benicia Ponder, would you tell us why entrepreneurship?
Well, I always say, why not entrepreneurship? I think entrepreneurship is just a vehicle where you can really be your own boss. A lot of times we get into entrepreneurship because we want to do things our own way, but it goes beyond that. We have something that's outside of the box. It's something that can't fit within the norms of corporate America, and we want to share our gifts and our talents, so that whether you have a storefront or however you define entrepreneurship, it's really about that freedom. And so entrepreneurship gives the freedom of teaching your talents in your way. So that's why I chose entrepreneurship.
I think that's fabulous. Does anyone else have a different answer to why entrepreneurship? If you do, feel free just to go forward.
I'll go. So some of us were kind of forced into entrepreneurship, like myself, where I was laid off. there was no, okay, well, go get a job, because my husband is in the Marine Corps. We move every 3 to 3.5 years. And unfortunately, in our country, a lot of employers don't like to hire military spouses. So you're faced with that hard decision of, okay, you can go get a job, but it's probably going to be a low-paying job and not even enough to really feed your family. Or you can do entrepreneurship and make as much money as you want, where the income is pretty limitless, and you can stay at home with your kids, and you can be there for, you know, the person that you're supporting, in my case, my Marine, who, you know, to do those things, especially when he gets deployed. He's not around, so I have to manage all the bills, and some of my fellow military spouses have to manage kids in school, and you're basically being a single parent. So I feel like, as far as most of the military spouses, especially myself, it's hard to get a job. So you're kind of forced into entrepreneurship, whether you like it or not.
That's a nice take on it, Kristen. I never really even thought about that, and you know, not being in the military, and I'm sure other people in the audience are not even aware of that type of infrastructure. That's a challenge. So I really commend you for taking that and moving in with the charge forward and creating something, you know, fantastic for yourself and being an encourager for other military spouses. I think that's absolutely fantastic. We're going to go to Julie.
Can I add on to that?
Yes, go right ahead, Gina.
Well, for me, I wasn't looking to be an entrepreneur. It fell in my lap, and I started making money without even knowing what I was doing. And it was just the reason I signed up to join this company was because I wanted to share gift cards with people, because I had a great experience with the product, and I wanted other people to feel healthy like me. So that's how I fell in. And then I started personal development, and my whole world has totally changed since that, learning more about myself and my goals, and building towards the dream life that I had stopped dreaming. And so entrepreneurship, as I learned more about what I was doing as a network marketer, and learned about the things that the stigmatism and the way people view it negatively, and I learned the positive, and I went to these events like GoPro, Mastermind, the events all over the mainland. I learned from these leaders that were successful, that this is a viable business, and people are doing it, all kinds of people. And initially I felt like I'm just a flight attendant and I'm just an island girl, but my world expanded, and I was like, this is what I want. This is the life that I want to live. So I chose this in the end by learning more about what it is.
Thank you so much. That is a total other perspective on this. Thank you so much, Gina, for popping on. Anyone else have a different perspective than the three we just heard? Okay, so here's what my next question is. This is for Julie Jordan Scott. What tips would you share with someone who's just starting out?
I kind of do.
Shall I answer, or should we wait for Heather to speak to whatever she was going to speak with?
We'll come back to Heather, because I've already asked the question, and we're just gonna move forward. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, the first thing is to keep your mind focused on whatever your goal is. Gina said a minute ago that she had stopped dreaming. I would encourage beginning entrepreneurs to dream big, to have that vision, and not let naysayers take their focus away. An example from my own life is, I'm a life coach, and within my first 6 months of being a life coach, I had 16 clients, full-time, clients. And the gentleman who was training me looked at me and said, well, you can't do that. You can't have 16 clients already. And I looked at him and I said, excuse me, I do have 16 clients. It wasn't hard for me. It was easy because I loved what I was doing. So stay focused with love and continue moving forward. The second part of that is kind of similar, and that is that when you're promoting yourself, promote with what you love and what you're naturally good at. Chances are there are lots of different ways for you to use your personal gifts and talents to market and promote your business. So go with your strengths instead of what someone else tells you that you should do.
Thank you, Julie. That is fabulous. Now, we're going to go back to Heather Weber. Heather, you wanted to comment on entrepreneurship. So go ahead and jump in and share your voice there.
I was just going to say that I started the original Cupcakes Confidential. I started that kind of like Gina out of necessity, merely because I was trying to find a way that I could help our veterans in a system that is set up to fail us. And so I was trying to just think outside of the box. What could I do? How can I help these people? If I'm being treated this way, and I'm looking at a World War II vet and a Vietnam vet, and they're being treated this way, what can I do to try to help fix it? That's all I was going to say.
Thank you, Heather. That's awesome. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for the work that you do for our veterans. It's very much appreciated. This one is for Michelle Hayward. Michelle, what advice would you give someone balancing business and a real job? Because I know you do that.
Well, I am a stickler for schedules, and everybody like, that is so hard to do. But I say that if you're married and you have kids or married, because you still need to fit in your family time, kids' practices, recitals, dances, that needs to be a part of it. But it also keeps a healthy balance. So what I literally do, if you need to learn information, do podcasts, your commute time is your time to do that stuff. And your lunch break, you can find that some of the trainings you need to do may be offered by your employer. You can simply put it on your performance review and get them to pay for it. There are different things, techniques, and strategies you can put in place. But for me, what really helps me is having a schedule. I don't stick to it 100%. I say about 75 to 85% of the time, I stick to it because I know which day I won't get the most done, which is Wednesdays. I have about 6 meetings. Mondays and Fridays, I have no meetings. So I'm able to work around, work in different things I need to read and work on, or even write copy for certain things throughout my workday. And it really depends on your employer. Always have your own personal cell phone, tablet that you can carry with you to do your work. But it's really important you understand that you still have a personal life and other people depending on you, and you need to have that balance in there. So that's one thing. And also making sure you're keeping up with your work. I schedule in when I will work on different things, not just meetings. And I have to-do lists. And as I accomplish things at work, I scratch through them, or I do follow-ups when I need to send emails or phone calls. And that way I'm still accountable. I'm still highly achieving employee, but I'm also working on my business at the same time.
Thank you, Michelle. Those are some very key points. And I just want to clarify, when I said real job, that was just in quotations, and it was just a question. Being an entrepreneur is a real job. Having your own business is a real job. I didn't want anyone to take a slight by that. That was just from a question that was here. So the next question I have for you is, and this, I want anyone that feels this really sings to you, if you just go ahead and speak up on this one. What keeps you motivated when things get tough? How do you keep your business fun? Because we all know there's situations where we kind of get stuck in the mud and it's no longer fun. So how do you keep it fun?
Well, one of the things that I do this year, one of the things that I do to keep my business fun, things like this, connecting with other entrepreneurs and making sure that I don't isolate myself, because sometimes as an entrepreneur, you can feel like you're all alone, have your head down and you're just going. But when you surround yourself with people, I mean, this whole community right here is just amazing. PeriGirls is an amazing community. And even being in this global entrepreneurship week, reading and listening to all the broadcasts that the ladies have been doing, and just connecting even behind the scenes with preparing for this forum, this has been a part of that motivation. So I say community and making sure that you stay engaged with other entrepreneurs. That's one of the biggest ways I keep my business fun.
Thank you, Benicia. I appreciate that. Lady Cece, do you have anything you would like to add to that?
I absolutely would. For me, I reassess my why. I reassess why I got into this business in the first place, in this particular business. Because for me, my journey in entrepreneurship has been a whirlwind and so many different levels, good, bad, and indifferent. But I remember why I started it, and I remember why I continue it. For me, it's about legacy creation. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. So it is my responsibility to make sure that my grandbabies have what they need to succeed in this world. So when I have those moments, because I have those moments where I want to throw in the towel and just walk away and say, well, let me go find this job. But I also know that for me, entrepreneurship is a part of destiny for me. So it's not necessarily something that I just want to do. It's something that I have to do.
Thank you, Lady Cece. I love that you said you're building a legacy. That really hits home. And I hope that hits home to a lot of the individuals in the audience. Coach Mo, I have a question for you. How has being an entrepreneur affected your family life? Maybe there's something you can share with that.
Well, I work a full-time job during the day, and so I have limited time at night and weekends. And at the beginning, I mean, I've been in the direct sales business for almost 20 years, but the last 4 I've really found something that I really connected with. And when I involved my family in with what I was doing, because it was so different, they jumped on board. So really communicating well with them. I got them involved in the dream board thing. Like, you have to have goals, you have to have a vision. I let them put stuff on there as well. So for this example, you know, I went to work today, you know, my husband just came home, the dog's running around. I'm like, look, I'm going to do this because this is what I love to do. And this is part of what I do with social media. I need you to keep, you know, things in check. And they get a little frustrated for a minute, but then they remember the long-term goal. So as long as you communicate with your family and your friends, and sometimes though those closest to you don't really get it, but if you keep them involved, it makes it a little bit easier.
Thank you, Coach Mo. I think that's fabulous. Gina, you have a son as well, and Julie Jordan Scott. Gina, can you share about how this is being an entrepreneur has affected your family life?
Wow, this is a good question for me. So my son is 13 years old, and he sees me how much I work when I come home at night when I'm working, and he actually, so before he you know how kids he wanted to be a lawyer, and then once he started seeing me do this business, he goes, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to be a lawyer and an entrepreneur. And I said, really? I said, yeah, join my team. And he's like, no, I'm going to have my own team. So it's been really cute to see how he has been, you know, seeing me create this business. And I want to inspire him to do that if that's what he chooses. I'm just so happy that I get to inspire him, you know, and I get to show him and build myself along the way, but build him up and let him know he can do whatever he wants. And if he doesn't want to go to college and he has an idea to build a business, then I will support him. If he wants to go to college, that's great, you know. But I just feel that the traditional way of looking at, you know, you go to school, you go to work, you go to college, you get a job, you work, you know, 40 years of your life. I don't believe that. And I am encouraging him to see the new way of thinking, that you can create your dreams and you can live the life that you want to have. And you don't have to listen to society, and you're going to be a little different. You're going to be different, but you're going to have the life that you want.
I love that, Gina. And that's going to lead into the segue. You said he could create, if he had a good idea, he could create his own business. So the next question is, how do you know if you have a good idea for a business? Who wants to tackle this one?
I'll tackle it. So the thing about it is how do you know if you have a good, and I can say this because I just recently failed in something. So I can actually put it out there. Like, I failed at something. I thought it was a great idea. And the thing about it is, you know, when you have a good idea, well, traditionally we're always taught, oh, if you tell so many people about it and it's great, then it's a great idea. And that's not the case. The only way to really know is if you actually do it and commit, and you have to make that failure. So for example, I had this great idea to be a business coach to military spouses. I'm like, oh, they want it. They've been asking me for it. This is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. I can do it. And about maybe 4 months into it, I realized I was trying to serve a market that didn't want to be served. And it was a horrible, crushing feeling because many military spouses want to do what I'm doing. They see me doing it and they want it, but they didn't want it enough for themselves. And that was just the hardest thing I had to come across was everyone. And the thing was, everyone's telling me, oh my gosh, it's a great idea. This is awesome. You should do it. Oh, I love it. You're going to be so great at this. And I couldn't really depend on what all the other people were telling me how great it was. I had to depend on the market kind of responding to what I was putting out there. And it's scary because the thing about it is if you keep deciding, oh, well, I don't know if it's the perfect idea. I don't want to do it. You will never know. So the best way to find out if it's a great idea is to really just jump in it and see how the market responds. Because even when I even tested the waters and said, hey, I'm going to do this. What do you think? Military sponsors were like, yes, I so want that. But when it came to actually putting their money where their mouth was and putting their commitment to what they wanted to do, they didn't want to do it. And like I said, it was soul crushing. It was definitely soul crushing to me because I spent all this time preparing for it. So I would say the only way you really know if you have a great idea is to jump in, actually do it, put full commitment. Don't hold back. Don't go, oh, well, I don't know. The only way you're going to know is if you go full in, all 10, all in, do it, and see how the market responds to you. And that's when you're going to know.
Kristen, I can see this is resonating across the board. All the other entrepreneurs on the panel are all shaking their head in agreement with you. So ladies, if this is resonating with you and you have something you want to add to it, please go for it.
I want to add.
If I could say something, please, just real quick, Teresa.
Okay.
I wanted to, yes, to Kristen, absolutely. And that's why I said in my first thing, don't do what people say you should do. Because when people have said, oh, you should do that, is when things didn't work, even supposedly great ideas. But being home working from home as an entrepreneur has been really a great experience for me and my family. I started when my foster daughter, she's now 35, when she was 16. And so she saw me work as a bureaucrat and be miserable and hate it and be unhappy. And then she saw me fulfilling my life dreams and being a writer and a speaker and a facilitator and a life coach and doing all these creative endeavors. And she was so thankful that I did what my heart was calling me to do. And then the other aspect of that is I have some of my children have lots of demands. I don't know how else to say it. I'll just say it that way. There's a lot of reasons for me to be available. I kind of, about 7 or 8 years ago, definitely I was on call all the time and had to go scale way down on my business. And I don't think with a conventional job, I could tell my boss, I'm going to scale way down on my work. Okay, boss. So it's been really a remarkable experience to work for myself, to both feel better about what I'm doing, but also to serve my family's needs over the years, what they have needed. And I've been able to take my work with me and adjust it as necessary. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you for adding that on there. Michelle Hayward, you have something you want to add as well.
Everybody knows me as a business coach consultant for engineers. Engineers are the hardest people to convince they should be entrepreneurs. I have served more non-engineers than engineers, but I knew how hard it would be. It's like telling I'm telling people who have 6-figure jobs with benefits, but that they should quit and go work on their own. And they're sitting there like, but why? And to me, it's like 40% of women are leaving. So you don't know really until you get out there. So I'm still pressing on the engineers. I've had more success with non-engineers who are really killing it once they've worked with me. So I'm still passionate about serving engineers, but they are a tough market. So while I'm passionate about it, I know right now they're not gonna feed me. I absolutely positively know they would not pay the bills. But I know what's going on in the industry. And I know this is a really good option that we're not presented with. So I'm not giving up on it. I just know I have to be marketable to more than just engineers. So keep that in mind too.
That is great. Great information, and that's, you know, and it's a deciding factor when you're looking at your business. So that's going to lead into our next question, Michelle. And anyone can answer this. How do you build a loyal customer base? If you know that there's a certain population is not going to feed you, not going to pay your bills, how do you build that loyal customer base?
Well, one of the things I think you have to do, number one, is understand the importance of customer service. Customer service is absolutely critical. And I know with my experience going into people's establishments, I go in specifically to look at and see how their customer service is, because it's much easier to keep a current customer than it is to acquire a new one. And you want to utilize your customers by doing things like VIP days and make those customers who have been loyal to you, make them feel specialer, if that's the word, to use that word, make them feel special so that they share your business with other people, because there's nothing like word of mouth marketing. If we like something, how many of us will go to a movie? Either we like it or we hate it. And either way, we're going to talk about it. I know I will, whether it be a restaurant, a movie, or what have you. And it's the same thing with a business. It's the same thing with the product line. If I love it, I'm going to share it. And so we have to be creative in what we do, have customer appreciation days. Whether your business is virtual or whether or not it's brick and mortar, you can have things that will show your customers that you value them and that you truly, truly know that they can spend their money anywhere else they decide to, and that you truly appreciate the fact that they have given you an opportunity to serve them.
Excellent, excellent feedback and excellent tips, Cece. Anyone else on the panel want to tag on to what Cece has said?
I would like to say some. Go ahead, Michelle.
So one thing I did was I called people who knew the Michelle Hayward brand. And because first of all, if you don't want to sell, you don't want to be in business. That's number one. So I started literally cold calling the people I knew, changing from marketing to sales and saying, this is what I can offer you. And this is how I can help you, understanding what they needed in their business and what I could offer, even though I came from an engineering or STEM background, and being able to help them see what I could offer and value them and help them grow in their business was very important, whether it was an engineer or not. And that was the best thing I've ever done when I started out.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for adding that in there. We're going to go to Coach Mo, and she's going to put some icing on the top for this question.
Well, I was just going to say, as long as you're going to fill a need, there's something that your customer wants, and if you build that relationship and you ask questions and find out what that need is, you'll win every time. And it's a feeling that they're going to have that's going to make them want to come back. And then, like Cece said, it's if you see a movie, if you try a product and you love it, you're going to go talk about it. If you hate it, you're going to go talk about it. So building that relationship and them, sharing that out is the best way to get loyal customers. And it's a process. That's not going to happen overnight. You have to build those relationships, and it takes a little bit of time. And don't rush that process, because and I think it was Cece that said they'll stay with you forever.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach Mo. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Lady Cece, for taking that question on. Benicia, I have a question for you. What book or teacher has inspired you the most in your business?
We just answered that question yesterday during Global Entrepreneurship Week. And it was hard for me to narrow it down because I'm always learning and always growing. I think most recently, I have been a part of a group all about impact income, living more, giving more, and earning more. And that he has really helped me. That's Paul Evans and Paul Counts. Those are two entrepreneurs who have been stellar in the space of designing your business the way that you wanted. Someone mentioned before, Brown. I listened to a lot of his stuff, his old, even Zig Ziglar. So those have been some of the main people who have really inspired me the most in my business.
Thank you, Benicia. Oh, my mouse has gone crazy here. Okay, so my next question, because we have about 12 minutes, but I want to get through some of these awesome questions. And the next question is, how do you market your business? So, Heather Weber, how do you market your business?
That's kind of easy. I have, like, for the cupcake, when I started Cupcakes Confidential, I immediately started a Facebook page, a Twitter account, an Instagram account, a Tumblr account, any type of social media I possibly could. Then I had business cards made up. I had flyers made up. I have one of those magnetic signs that has my name, the company's name, and the phone number. I put that on the side of my truck and just drove around town putting signs up everywhere. Then realized I don't need that many social media outlets to get the clientele that I want, or, you know, it was just too much, you know, marketing. And as the ladies were saying, you know, it does take time to build up those relationships. Word of mouth is the best type of marketing, and it's free, and you're never going to get anything better than that. But it does build time. Like, I always say it's like a 1 to 3 year time frame for you to build up that clientele that's going to stay with you forever. And since I do offer vegan, gluten-free, allergy-friendly, diabetic, you know, I offer cupcakes for anybody and everybody. So for me, it was a little bit easier, I think, being here in Florida, where there's so many, I don't want to be disrespectful, elderly people where we all have, you know, dietary restrictions. So it was very easy for me because there wasn't anybody else out there doing what I was doing. So it was simple for me here to do it.
So you found a niche and you fulfilled it, and that is a very good key point. I'm going to tag this question on to Kristen Robinson. Kristen, how would you suggest individuals market their business?
Well, it's like Michelle said, it's all about sales. So, and as you guys know, I got 3 years to make it happen in any location I do. So my response is like pound the pavement really a little faster. So the first thing I did was, the first thing I do to any new location is I go to BNI, which is Business Networking International. It's all over the world, so I'd never have a problem wherever I go. And I immediately start talking to people about my business. So to give you an example of how effective that is, I got to New Orleans. I've been here for about, maybe 90 days. And I've already gotten 2 speaking gigs, and I've gotten 2 clients already here, just through BNI. So just going to places and just saying, hey, specifically more BNI, because they're meant to help you, and it's help you give referrals and do that. So every place I go, I always go to every single BNI chapter in the location I'm in, let them know, hey, I'm here. How do I start building those relationships and pounding that pavement immediately on the ground? Online, the best thing is I just keep growing my email list. So Facebook ads is my specialty. So I'm always running Facebook ads to get people into my online world, because that's really, really important in growing my email list. And of course, using Facebook groups as well. So I have my own Facebook group and growing that so I can build relationships with people in my own Facebook group. So for me, it's more of sprinting out there and talking to as many people as possible, and then building that relationship very, very quickly. Because for me, I don't have years. Unfortunately, I don't have years. I really don't have months. People who are key to helping me build my business and building relationships with those people. Not to say, I mean, that sounds kind of mean. Like but it's true. There are only certain people that can really help me grow my business quickly. And I focus my attention on those people, building those relationships, and then build outwards, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. Absolutely perfect sense. And I love that you're able to zone in and get that laser focus to what you need to do. And you have a short time frame, like you said, when you move from location to location, being in the military, so you have to have that laser focus. And I really appreciate your key points on that. Gina Hansen, I want to tag you on this as well. How do you market your business? Because it's a total different type of business. So how do you market your business?
Well, I've been building my Instagram community, and it is different. You're right. It's a network marketing business, and so social media is really big. And that's number one is Instagram, Facebook. Kelly Mirabella, one of our PeriGirls leaders, she just did a training on Facebook Live and how to use that in your business page. And I'm learning so much as I go, and that's what I do. I just learn from others. Like I'm listening to all of you right now, so I know like what you guys are doing, and I know you totally have different businesses, but I can totally learn from you, and that's what I do. I just been building relationships. That's how I market myself, is through forming friendships and asking questions. Really, it's all about asking questions, filling a need. And so it's pretty much one-on-one, you know.
Thank you, Gina. Love that aspect on it, because we do have viewers that are going to be coming from different types of online businesses. And I love that the panel that we have here has various different types of businesses to be able they can pull from. So with that, I'm going to ask each and every one of you to finish this up with one question. What has been your most successful marketing strategy? Benicia, we'll start with you.
The marketing strategy has been actually, and it's been speaking, being in front of people and connecting. So going to different events and things like that, so speaking and sharing my message that way, that's been my most successful marketing strategy.
Thank you. We're going to go to Gina.
My successful business marketing strategy is being a product of the product. You know, when I am healthy, when I feel amazing, it shows in my skin, it shows in my energy, it shows all over the place, and people want to be like me. So that's what I do. I just be myself. That's all I do.
Excellent. Thank you. And Ms. Heather Weber, what has been your most successful marketing strategy? You're muted. You're muted, Heather. Heather, you're muted. Heather, you're muted. All right, we're going to go on to Julie. Julie, what has been your most successful marketing strategy?
Hi, my most successful marketing strategy has been to create content and then have it syndicated. So primarily in the past, it was about writing articles and essays and blog content and books, and because I'm a writer, so that's a real natural for me. It's about doing what I love and putting it out there. And now that content has really gone in all sorts of different directions, such as in Periscope. So I create Periscope content and people like what they see, you know, the know, like, and trust factor. And I just keep creating more and more content, adding more and more value. And it's been really awesome. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Kristen, we're going to take it back to you. What has been your most successful marketing strategy?
Speaking and virtual speaking. So obviously 90% of my business is done online. So speaking, virtual speaking, like telesummits, webinars, like that. And then of course, stage speaking. So I love speaking in business events, specifically rooms of 50 or more. That's really what's been really getting me on the map and really making sales into my business.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Lady Cece, we're going to come to you.
Awesome. I would say, I'm going to tag off of what Gina said, but that's who I am, and that's really being authentic and just showing up for whoever my client is, 100%, making them feel special because they are, and just engaging in that personal touch that I think that we can sometimes get lost in because of technology.
Absolutely. And I love that, Cece. Coach Mo, we're going to come to you.
Live streaming has been huge for me. I've tried so many things over the past over 5 years, doing live streaming where people can see me and hear me. And like Gina said, a product of the product, everything I talk about, I use. And Facebook Live, anything, Periscope has been humongous for me. I finally found my live version of myself.
I love that. I love you found your live version of yourself. Pretty cool. Michelle Hayward, we're going to come to you.
Two things have worked really well for me. One would be speaking, but surprisingly, Twitter. I get more inquiries from Twitter. So that's Periscope going on Twitter. When Blab was alive, it going on Twitter. Me repurposing videos that I post. I get more responses by sending content to Twitter. Inquiries just about every day. So Twitter has really, really been a great marketing tool for me on the absolutely free. So I would advise people to use Twitter more.
Very good. Thank you so much, ladies. You have given such quantity and quality and such wisdom right here. We appreciate you being able to share and your willingness to share from your own experiences to help lift and support others in entrepreneurship drives, those that are wanting to be entrepreneurs, or maybe they're in that focus right now and they need to move forward. Maybe they're feeling stuck in their business. So hopefully they can garner some wisdom from these little nuggets that you have shared with them tonight. So audience, I encourage you to reach out to each and every one of these entrepreneurs here. They have so much to give. They're very supportive, encouraged, and smart, and very successful in their business. I'm going to let them go one by one and let them tell you how you can get in contact with them. And we're going to go in reverse. We're going to start with Michelle Hayward.
You can find me on my website and just about every social media outlet with Michelle with one L. And it's hey, how you doing? Forward, never backward. So that's Michelle with one L, Hayward, Heyward. Periscope, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, of course. You can find me, as well as my website.
Okay, Coach Mo, go for it.
You can find me all over social media at Coach Mo 411. That's MO, Coach Mo. And my website is coachmo411.com, at Coach Mo 411 on Twitter and Periscope and Instagram, and Mother Mo with an E 411 on Snapchat. That's it.
Thank you. Lady Cece.
You can find me on Facebook at Lady CC Miller, on Instagram at Lady CC Miller, on Twitter at Lady CCM, because Twitter won't give me the rest of it. And you can find my website is Diamond Serenity Travel. That's Diamond Serenity Travel on the web.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Kristen.
So you can find me all over social media at KRD Marketing, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, whatever it's called. Just to put in KRD Marketing, find us on any social media channel with that. And then our website is kristenrdesign.com, and you can go and grab any of the free gifts that we have available. Right now, it's our Facebook ads guide where you get started using Facebook ads.
Thank you. Miss Julie Jordan Scott.
Hey, you can find me by Googling my name, Julie Jordan Scott. That's Julie Jordan is like Michael or the river, Jordan, and then Scott, Scott. My website will be born within a week. And you can always look for my hashtag. See, can you see that? Oh, look at that. 5 for 5 brain dump. We have a challenge starting next week. It's absolutely free. We'd love to see you. So there, it's hashtag 5 for 5 brain dump. So any social media, you plug that in and you'll find me. I'll be right behind it.
Thank you, Julie. Miss Heather, can you jump back on?
I forgot to turn my microphone on last time. Sorry.
That's okay.
For the cupcake business, it's Cupcakes Confidential everywhere. And then for the Veteran Crusader mission, it is V as in veteran, C as in Crusader mission, VC mission on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. That's where you will find me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to run to Gina.
Hey, you can follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram. Healthy Hula Girl. I'm also on Snapchat and Periscope.
Thank you, Gina. And we're going to go with Benicia.
So everywhere on social media, I am Benicia Ponder. So that's B as in boy, E-N-E-C-I-A, Benicia Ponder, everywhere, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, everywhere. I'm Benicia Ponder. And my website is prosperinyourpurpose.biz. And you can go over there and get a checklist of all the things you need to have a prosperous and purpose-driven business. So that's prosperinyourpurpose.biz.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. I invite you, ladies, to go ahead and type in your information in the chat on the YouTube channel where the replay viewers can come back and see that. And that way they'll have that written, tangible, how to connect with you. So again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to sign off. Ladies, give them a wave to the camera, and we will see you all on Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and all types of broadcasting. Thanks and have a great day.